Okay, listen closely, because this might be the most dramatic non-trade in recent Bears history. Like, the kind of roller coaster that had us thinking Trey Hendrickson was packing his bags for Chicago one minute and then ghosting the Bears the next. And now we're all sitting here like jilted lovers wondering what went wrong, asking ourselves, wait, was it ever even real? Because that's what it feels like. Like we were right there, standing at the edge of a blockbuster move that could have changed everything for this Bears defense, only for the ground to fall out from under us while the Bengals whispered, "Not yet," and slammed the door. But let's rewind this tape, because it all starts with a tweet, not from Schefter or Rappaport, but from the man, the myth, the wild card known as Slick Rick Scoops. That's right, Ricky, aka Pretty Ricky, aka the People's Insider, aka the guy you roll your eyes at until he breaks something before ESPN does. And 2 weeks ago, this guy drops a grenade. The Bengals and Trey Hendrickson are still far apart. They gave him a trade window in the spring, but didn't like the offers. It's probably not happening. Boom. Just like that, hope flickering, chaos brewing, Bears fans refreshing Twitter like it's oxygen. Because for a moment there, it felt possible. It felt real. The Bengals were listening. Trey wanted out. And the Bears? The Bears needed him like oxygen. But as fast as it started, it fizzled. The trade window closed. The phone lines went quiet. The Bengals blinked, said, "We're keeping him." And now we're all stuck wondering if Ryan Poles missed his shot or wisely walked away from a fire too expensive to touch. But here's where it gets spicy. Because Slick Rick, as outlandish as his branding might be, has receipts. Dude was ahead of the Jalen Ramsey trade, called Rodgers to Pittsburgh rumors early, even floated DK to the Steelers before anyone else sniffed it. So yeah, he's hit or miss, but when he hits hard, which means when he says the Bengals were entertaining offers, you pay attention. So now the Bengals say Trey isn't going anywhere, but the damage is done. The trust between player and front office is cracked, the tension is thick, and Hendrickson is fuming. I mean, this guy didn't just show up to minicamp. He showed up like a man with a message. Walked in, talked to the media, aired it all out. Said there'd been no communication. Said last offseason they told him he'd get paid this offseason, and they lied. And you could feel the bitterness, the fire, the kind of raw, unfiltered honesty that lets you know, oh yeah, this situation is nowhere near resolved. So now what? Now we enter the gray zone, that bizarre NFL purgatory where a team doesn't want to trade a guy but also doesn't want to pay him, and the guy himself is too elite to just shut up and play for a measly $16 million when the market is handing out $30 million bags like it's candy. And this isn't just theory. We saw Danielle Hunter get $35 million guaranteed on a one-year deal. Trey's in that ballpark. Hendrickson doesn't just want a raise, he wants a multi-year extension with security, legacy money, big boy guarantees. Something like $33 million per year, $80 million locked in. And you know what? He deserves it. Look at the tape, the stats, the consistency. This guy has been an engine. And that's where it gets painful for us Bears fans. Because you look at this roster, and the Hendrickson piece was the missing puzzle chunk. You plug him in, boom. Montez Sweat slides back into that number 2 role. Less pressure, more efficiency. You get a true edge duo. And now, suddenly, your defensive line isn't just functional, it's ferocious. But that's not what we have. What we have is Montez Sweat, who's good, don't get me wrong, but streaky. Elite run defender, absolutely. Pass rushing nightmare, hey, depends on the week. And then behind him, a rotation of who and hopefully. Austin Booker, Dominique Robinson, Daniel Hardy, Dayo Odeyingbo maybe kicking outside when he's really an interior guy. That's not a rotation, that's a raffle. That's crossing your fingers and hoping anyone pops. Meanwhile, other teams are stockpiling veteran pass rushers like it's Black Friday. And us? Still waiting, still watching. And that's where it gets frustrating. Because this isn't the kind of problem you can solve in October. This isn't a we'll figure it out kind of need. Edge is everything. It's not just about sacks. It's about pressure. It's about disruption. It's about fear. Without it, your corners are exposed, your linebackers have to overcompensate, and your defense plays on its heels. You need someone who makes quarterbacks panic in the huddle, someone offensive coordinators stay up late game planning for. And right now, outside of Montez Sweat, who again is a great complementary piece, we don't have that. And sure, I get it. Trey Hendrickson's price was steep, maybe a first rounder, maybe more. But if there was a deal to be made involving a day 2 and day 3 pick combo, I would have done it yesterday. Because you know what's more expensive than trading for Trey? Going into 2025 with no pass rush and watching Caleb Williams get dragged into shootouts every week because the defense can't stop a nosebleed. And the insult to injury, the market is still loaded. Zadarius Smith, Clowney, Matt Judon, Von Miller, Preston Smith, veterans, warriors, guys who've been there, done that, and can still give you 25-30 good snaps a game. Are they Hendrickson? No, but they raise the floor, and right now, we need a floor, because behind Montez Sweat, it's a cliff. And if Ryan Poles doesn't pick up the phone soon and bring one of these guys in, we're going to be watching another season of what could have been unfold in slow motion. You want to maximize Caleb Williams' rookie window? Then protect him by building a defense that gives him margin for error, and that starts on the edge. Every Super Bowl team in the last 5 years had one of two things: an elite quarterback or an elite pass rush, ideally both. Right now, we're hoping we've got one. We can't afford to gamble on not having the other. So yeah, the Trey Hendrickson dream might be dead, for now. Maybe things implode in Cincinnati and he's back on the block by week 4. But are we really going to sit here and hope another man's holdout is our ticket to salvation? That's not strategy. That's desperation. And this front office has come too far to fall back into old habits. So here's the deal. Go get someone. Bring in Smith, Clowney, anyone with juice, with experience, with enough left in the tank to push this defense forward, because the worst thing we can do now is nothing. That's how you waste a window. That's how you waste a quarterback. That's how you waste a season. Don't let this become another almost. Don't let Hendrickson be the move we should have made while we watched our defense unravel from the sidelines. Do something. Now.